about where I want to see the Latinx community in the next 5 years, I think about recognizing our true power in numbers.
I hope that in the next 5 years and beyond, people begin to see the Latinx community for what it is.
I would like for our community to acknowledge, indigenous populations and Afro-Latinos in our community.
Really uplifting, advocating, and celebrating all the intersectionalities that make up our Latinx community.
A community full of different identities, languages, backgrounds.
I can already see us running the White House because we're already kind of doing that, and we will continue to do that.
The next 5 years, I would like to see the Latinx communities in more positions of power.
Our community in more positions of power.
Thriving.
I see us leading and paving the way for other immigrant communities.
I hope to see inclusive, comprehensive immigration reform.
I hope to see higher college retention rates.
More Latinos pursuing a higher education.
I would like to see the Latinx community produce more and more leaders across all areas of life.
In boardrooms across every industry and every sector.
So we can lead organizations and government offices and make a bigger impact to the future of this country.
I hope to continue seeing our community reaching their full educational, economic, social potential and power.
In places here like Texas, we're projected to be basically a 50-50 as a minority, so using that power to help our people.
And I know how smart we all are, and sometimes it's just barriers that we have to keep pushing towards and pushing ourselves to break.
I think how we get there is really putting in the work.
Opening up doors for others as we move up along the way.
Empowering one another.
Know our history, having accountable conversations when we need to.
Holding our legislators accountable.
And investing in our communities.
And I think we could do it, and I think it starts with having people in educational roles like this one to show other kids that they can do it too.
Let's get this representation, let's get empowered, let's use these voices we have to propel one another and our whole community.
And the way that we're going to continue doing that is together, unidos, united, because united we are powerful.
I work with EL students, and a lot of them are immigrants, and they're all Latinx. So my identity informs my work every single day.
Who I am is what's made me successful. You just got to remain true to yourself.
My Latinx identity has informed my leadership practice because from an early age, we learned about coalition building and really honoring everyone's work.
For me, it starts with embracing my story, embracing the fact that I am a child of immigrants.
When I show up to a space, I show up as a Latina woman. I show up as a daughter of immigrants. I show up as a first-generation college graduate.
Bueno, lo que ustedes tienen que saber es que yo soy la historia de mis padres que emigraron a Estados Unidos.
Being a Latinx leader makes me think about how else do I get Latinx folks into the same room.
For me, it's about making sure we are at the table, having our voices heard, and being involved.
As a leader, I am a culture builder and an advocate for others.
I like to think that I'm highly relational. I like to think that I'm passionate about all that I do, and I like to think that I bring love to every aspect of my leadership and my work.
And I 100% see the connection to my Mexican heritage and to my upbringing from my mom.
And I know that all of those are elements of my Latina, my Puerto Rican upbringing. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful.
Your personal story is your leadership story. Becoming a leader is the same as becoming yourself.
I am a light-skinned or white Latina, or like how people perceive me. But the reality is I have privilege going to spaces.
I got lessons handed down that really put value on everyone. If you're a program manager or custodial services, or you're cooking or CEO, that everyone's work matters and that everyone's work is important.
So I'm always thoughtful of why do I have access to a specific space, and how does that call me to show up, whether it's stepping up or stepping back.
I came from a family where there was always parties and people were always so joyful. So I think that's just kind of always shaped my leadership style, because I'm a very joyful person. I love to bring energy. I like to celebrate people's wins. And that's really important for me to be able to come to work as my full self.
And how I do that is by making sure that in any space that I'm in, I do my best to show up authentically, and showing that I have pride in who I am and encouraging others to do the same.
In order to be a great leader, it's important to be yourself.
And even if you get it wrong, just try again. Do better the next time. That's what I do.
Love y'all.